the first season really was about a father trying desperately to connect with his son and find a way to communicate with his son, because his son doesn't speak. His son won't let anybody touch him, and so a lot of the ways that we take for granted in our ability to communicate with each other were not available to them. And the first season really was about that till the very, very end. And then season 2 becomes considerably more aggressive, because all of a sudden other people are starting to realize about my son's gift, and that gift is unbelievably valuable. So he goes from a father who's trying to understand his son to a father who's trying to protect his son. And that's a dynamic shift. Lucy and Martin end the first season together on the Santa Monica Pier, and we pick up right from that. And they work very closely together. Lucy has a daughter named Amelia, who has been presumed dead for 3 years. And I come across proof and evidence that Amelia is in fact still alive. And Jake has led me to her, and I show her this proof in the very beginning of the second season to validate her search, because she never believed her daughter was dead either. And Jake and I start off trying to help her find her, and everything kind of stems out from there. The most significant change was really the very last moment of season 1. Again, I said, my son doesn't speak. He won't let anybody touch him. I certainly have not been able to touch him since he was a baby. And at the very end of the first season, when he connects me with Lucy's character, and he's done what he was meant to do, he actually holds my hand. And so, yeah, you know, quite quickly you're seeing pretty dynamic shifts between this father and son and their ability to communicate. And there are certainly moments in the first 4 episodes that we see Jake do some things that we have not seen him do before, which are very exciting. Certainly for us as actors to play them. I hope they're as exciting for an audience to watch. My favorite new character of the season is a real bad guy, is someone who is equally obsessed by numbers and by people's understanding of them, and he poses a real threat to Jake, and is ultimately going to be the great threat for me in protecting my son. Episodes 11 and 12 of the first season. Episode 11, I think I get thrown in the train tracks, knocked out and thrown in the train tracks and left for dead. And wake up with a train 100 yards away and have to run for my life. Things don't get more dramatic than that when the stakes are raised to that level. And so I've always found that is an amazing device when you start incorporating kind of action and stakes that are life and death, et cetera, et cetera. And no, we start with aspects of that kind of right out of the gate in episode 1. And I think it's something I've always enjoyed watching. It certainly was something I really loved doing as 24. This certainly is not 24, but I think the balance of it has been really kind of fun for all of us to play. One of the storylines that we dealt with in the very first season, which was the 36, is that there are 36 people, and it doesn't have to be children, they can be adults as well, but there are 36 people around the world that have this gift, and they're collectively trying to maintain a kind of a natural order of the way things are supposed to be, and so they're constantly redirecting people to try and keep a balance for the planet. Martin was a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist before the show Touch began, and so those skills start to play a major factor in how Martin is able to get in and out of specific situations, how he's capable of understanding specific pieces of information, how he acquires information, and so yeah, that's also another part of Martin's past that starts to play into his present and future. You know, I think one of the nice things about this show is that each episode really does kind of have a conclusive ending. Whatever the other satellite stories are that it might be happening around the world. They have a beginning and a middle and an end. So you can hop in whatever time you want.